of Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
Panel. She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about
Sunny, a host on The View, is basically implicating her husband in this type of scheme. She is self-appointed, thinks she knows everything, and it's great to see her ego take this hit. But I think it will be short-lived. It's amazing to listen to her talk about this situation. Sunny Hostin's sudden and mysterious disappearance has left fans, critics, and even authorities scratching their heads. Just days ago, she was seated confidently
that she's up there. So, but if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is, but I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
The View table, sparring with her co-hosts and delivering her signature fiery commentary. Now, whispers of her fleeing the country under a cloud of scandal have turned a once respected public figure into the center of a swirling storm of intrigue. What could have driven her to vanish without a trace? And more importantly, what secrets might she be hiding? She's up there, but if she didn't really know what was going on, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is, but I think it's pretty ironic. Rumors began to circulate when she failed to appear for a scheduled taping of The View. Her absence was initially brushed off as a personal matter, with producers offering no further explanation. But as the day stretched on, her silence became deafening. Social media buzzed with speculation, and fans began to notice her complete lack of online activity, a stark departure from her previously active presence on platforms like Instagram and Twitter. By the end of the week, reports emerged suggesting that not only had Hostin left her home, but she had also cut ties with her inner circle, leaving even her closest confidants in the dark. According to documents, her husband knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other health care services, including arthroscopic surgeries. Enter the FBI. By now, the whispers had grown louder, and the situation took a dramatic turn when federal authorities confirmed they had placed Hostin on their wanted list. Yes, the former prosecutor-turned-talk show host was now the subject of an active investigation, with agents working around the clock to track her down. According to unnamed sources allegedly close to the investigation, Hostin's sudden disappearance was not just a case of someone seeking solitude, it was an escape plan. And the stakes couldn't be higher. Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened, and the facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is hear her say, America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. At the heart of the FBI's interest lies the shocking revelation that Hostin might have had access to a significant...
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
I mean, it's just like twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. Okay.
At the stash of funds rumored to be tied to the ongoing legal troubles of her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin. For those unfamiliar with the saga, Dr. Hostin has been embroiled in a massive fraud case for several months, with accusations that he knowingly participated in an elaborate scheme to overbill insurance companies for unnecessary medical procedures. Among these claims is that he performed surgeries on patients who had sustained only minor injuries, all while allegedly pocketing kickbacks disguised as legitimate business earnings. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling the Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit. The lawsuit, filed under the infamous RICO Act, painted a damning picture of widespread corruption within certain circles of New York's medical community. Dr. Hostin was just one of nearly 200 defendants named in the case. But his high-profile marriage to Sunny Hostin ensured that his name stood out. And now, with her sudden disappearance, some are questioning whether Sunny might have played a more significant role in this saga than previously believed. Could she have been privy to the financial dealings her husband is accused of? Or worse, could she have been an active participant? This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. Let that sink in. That's bigger than the mafia. Reports suggest that prior to her disappearance, Hostin had been seen withdrawing large sums of cash from multiple accounts tied to her family's finances. While the exact amount remains unconfirmed, insiders claim it was enough to raise red flags among investigators. Furthermore, sources close to the case revealed that Hostin had been in contact with legal advisors in the days leading up to her vanishing act, sparking speculation that she may have been preparing for a worst-case scenario. Oh, he was scamming insurance companies, from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange. As if the situation weren't dramatic enough, the FBI has reportedly begun the process of seizing assets linked to the Hostin family. Properties, luxury vehicles, and even personal bank accounts are now under scrutiny as authorities work to piece together the trail of money that could potentially connect Sunny Hostin to her husband's alleged fraudulent activities. For a woman who has long championed justice and accountability, both on her talk show and in her previous career as a prosecutor, this turn of events is nothing short of extraordinary. It does not look good when your name ends up alongside 200 people in a RICO investigation. This is the biggest investigation since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out. This is big stuff. And thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there, saying all this. But what could have driven Hostin to such lengths? Some speculate that her decision to flee was fueled by a desire to protect her family, particularly her two children, Gabriel and Paloma. Others, however, see it as a calculated move to evade her own potential legal troubles. After all, Hostin's legal expertise means she's well aware of the consequences that could come with being implicated in a case of this magnitude. Whatever her motivations, one thing is clear: this isn't just a story about a high-profile lawsuit. It's a story about power, privilege, and the lengths some will go to in order to protect what they hold dear. But it's just, you're married, Tom. You're married. If your husband was doing something like this, if he was allegedly involved in something like this, you would know.
Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
If your wives were up to something, you would know. Sunny Hostin's disappearance has also reignited discussions about her long-standing issues with The View. Over the years, her outspoken nature has landed her in hot water on more than one occasion, with co-hosts and producers often struggling to rein her in. While her fiery takes and unapologetic demeanor have earned her a loyal fanbase, they've also made her a lightning rod for controversy. Now, with these new allegations surfacing, some are questioning whether her departure from the show might have been a long time coming. Let's not forget who she is. For years, she has been lecturing America about morality, equality, and systemic failures. Before we dive deeper into her tumultuous relationship with The View, it's worth noting the broader implications of Hostin's case. For one, it highlights the blurred lines between public and private life, particularly for those in the limelight. Hostin's role as a public figure has undoubtedly amplified the scrutiny surrounding her family's legal troubles, turning what might have been a relatively low-profile case into a media spectacle. It also raises questions about the responsibilities of public figures when it comes to maintaining transparency and accountability. Now, he's just accused in a lawsuit, but after some time of investigation, this could ultimately become a federal indictment. As the FBI continues its search for Hostin, the public is left to speculate. Where could she have gone? Did she act alone, or was this a coordinated effort? And most importantly, what does her disappearance mean for the ongoing investigation into her husband's alleged crimes? While we may not have all the answers just yet, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. We know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud. Hostin's absence has left a void not only on The View but also in the broader conversation about media, justice, and privilege. Her disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and contradictions that often accompany fame. For now, all eyes remain on the FBI as they work to unravel the mystery surrounding Sunny Hostin's departure. But as we'll explore next, this isn't the first time Hostin has found herself at odds with the world around her. From her controversial on-air comments to her rumored clashes with co-hosts, the story of Sunny Hostin has been building toward this dramatic climax for years. This is a very serious crime, one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO cases in New York's history. Sunny Hostin's vanishing act might be the most shocking twist in a saga that has been quietly brewing for years. Let's not forget where it all started, her turbulent relationship with The View. For years, Sunny has been one of the most polarizing figures on the show, captivating audiences with her fiery personality while simultaneously stirring up drama behind the scenes. It's no secret that her tenure on the daytime talk show has been riddled with controversy. Some are now wondering if her mysterious disappearance might be linked to the growing tension between Hostin and the show's producers. Essentially, they're saying this is a money grab, and they are also planning to countersue for millions, over $5 million, in fact. Let's rewind a bit. From the moment Sunny joined The View in 2016, she made waves. Her sharp legal mind and outspoken nature quickly earned her a spot as the show's resident truth-teller, but it also made her a magnet for conflict. Time and time again, Sunny found herself at the center of heated debates, both on and off the camera. Whether it was clashing with her co-hosts or making bold statements that sparked public backlash, she became the kind of figure who thrived on controversy. While this certainly boosted the show's ratings, it also created a storm of legal and financial troubles that The View is still grappling with today. Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race, reparations, and how bad America is, has been at the center of high-profile incidents. One of the most notable came when Sunny made comments about Melania Trump that many felt crossed the line. During an episode in which the panel discussed Melania's role in politics and her relationship with Donald Trump, Sunny didn't hold back. She openly speculated that Melania hated her husband, even suggesting that the former First Lady was actively trying to sabotage his political career. "I think she wants to take him out," Sunny said at the time, adding, "She doesn't even want to sleep in the same room as him." While the comments elicited laughs from some of her co-hosts, they also sparked outrage among viewers, and more importantly, from Melania herself. Fast forward to the aftermath, and Melania reportedly filed a massive defamation lawsuit against The View and Sunny Hostin specifically. This wasn't just any lawsuit, it was a seismic legal battle with a jaw-dropping price tag attached. Although the exact details of the case remained murky, some reports suggested that Melania won a groundbreaking settlement that forced the show to pay hundreds of millions in damages. This legal loss was a massive blow to The View, both financially and reputationally, and it only added fuel to the fire of Sunny's already contentious relationship with the network. I'll leave that alone and ask you all a question: should candidates' spouses get involved in matters like this? The fallout from the Melania Trump case didn't stop with the financial losses. Insiders revealed that the lawsuit left many producers questioning whether the show had gone too far in its pursuit of controversy. "It was a wake-up call," one source said. "We realized that Sunny's comments could have long-term consequences, not just for her, but for everyone involved with the show." This led to behind-the-scenes discussions about implementing stricter guidelines for on-air commentary. However, these efforts were reportedly met with resistance from Sunny herself, who felt that such measures would stifle her ability to speak freely. "I'm reluctant to comment on other people's marriages because I don't want anyone commenting on mine," Sunny once said. But they've been married for 19 years. Adding to the tension was the fact that Sunny's legal troubles seemed to coincide with a broader decline in the show's reputation. Critics began to question whether The View had lost its way, shifting from a platform for meaningful discussion to a breeding ground for sensationalism. Some even suggested that the show's focus on ratings and controversy had come at the expense of its integrity. "There was a time when The View was seen as a place where important issues were debated thoughtfully," said a former producer. "Now, it feels like every episode is a ticking time bomb, and Sunny is often at the center of it." Despite the growing scrutiny, one thing remains certain: this is just the beginning of a legal battle that could reshape not only The View but also the public perception of its most polarizing co-host.
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
Sunny's defenders argue that she brought a much-needed edge to the show. They point out that her willingness to tackle tough topics head-on is what made her so popular with viewers in the first place. Sunny isn't afraid to speak her mind, and that's why people love her, one fan said. Yes, she's controversial, but that's what makes her real. However, even her most loyal supporters couldn't ignore the mounting challenges she faced, both personally and professionally. As the lawsuits piled up and the criticism intensified, it became clear that Sunny's position on the show was becoming increasingly untenable. Melania's lawsuit was far from the only legal headache Sunny brought to the table. Over the years, her outspoken nature has landed the show in hot water on multiple occasions. From making bold accusations about political figures to engaging in public spats with other celebrities, Sunny has long been a lightning rod for controversy. While this has undoubtedly kept her in the headlines, it has also cost The View dearly. Insiders claim that the show has spent millions settling lawsuits and managing PR crises sparked by Sunny's remarks, leaving producers increasingly frustrated with her behavior. Behind the scenes, the tension between Sunny and the show's producers has reportedly been building for years. According to sources close to the production, there have been multiple discussions about firing her, but her popularity with viewers has always made this a difficult decision. Sunny is a double-edged sword, one insider reportedly said. She brings in ratings, but she also brings in lawsuits. For a show that prides itself on being a platform for diverse voices and spirited debate, Sunny's presence has always been both a blessing and a curse. The situation reached a boiling point earlier this year when Sunny once again found herself at the center of a legal controversy, this time involving her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin. As details of the fraud case against Dr. Hostin began to emerge, Sunny's reputation took another hit. While she has publicly defended her husband and denied any involvement in his alleged activities, the scandal has cast a shadow over her career and further strained her relationship with The View. Producers reportedly began to worry that Sunny's personal troubles were becoming a distraction, and whispers of her potential departure from the show grew louder. Adding to the drama is the fact that Sunny has reportedly clashed with her co-hosts on multiple occasions. While public spats are nothing new for The View, insiders claim that Sunny's behind-the-scenes behavior has caused significant tension among the cast. One particularly explosive incident allegedly occurred last year when Sunny and another co-host got into a heated argument during a commercial break. According to witnesses, the argument became so intense that producers had to step in to defuse the situation. While the details of the dispute remain unclear, it's just one example of the growing discord behind the scenes. Then there's the issue of money. According to some reports, Sunny's salary has been a point of contention for years. While she is undoubtedly one of the show's most prominent figures, her legal troubles and controversial comments have made her a risky investment. Producers have reportedly debated whether her high salary is worth the financial and reputational costs she brings to the table. There have even been ongoing discussions about renegotiating her contract. Some speculate that Sunny's disappearance might be linked to these negotiations, with rumors swirling that she left the country to avoid being pushed out of the show. Perhaps the most damning evidence of the growing rift between Sunny and The View comes from the show's recent handling of her absence. While producers have publicly remained tight-lipped about her disappearance, insiders claim that there is a sense of relief among some members of the team. It's like a weight has been lifted, one source reportedly said. Sunny's drama was starting to overshadow the show, and now we have a chance to move forward without her. Of course, this doesn't mean that The View is out of the woods just yet. With the FBI actively investigating Sunny's disappearance and her husband's fraud case still ongoing, the show remains deeply entangled in a web of legal and financial challenges. As we piece together the puzzle of Sunny Hostin's disappearance, one thing becomes clear: this is a story with no easy answers. Did Sunny flee to protect her family, or was she simply trying to evade her own legal troubles? And what role, if any, did her tumultuous relationship with The View play in her decision to vanish? While we may never know the full truth, one thing is certain: Sunny Hostin's story is a cautionary tale about the perils of fame, the weight of public scrutiny, and the fine line between controversy and accountability. As Sunny Hostin's mysterious disappearance continues to unfold, we're left with more questions than answers. Could her husband's legal troubles have driven her to flee, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? And how might her turbulent relationship with The View be connected to her sudden vanishing act? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and see if we can unravel this intriguing celebrity mystery together. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity gossip and intriguing stories. Until next time.
It does not look well when your name ends up with 200 people in a RICO investigation. This is the biggest investigation since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but